Hey guys, in this video we're looking at Firefly Generative Recolor, and Generative Recolor actually enables us to generate color variations of your vector artworks, and this actually works in Adobe Illustrator, not in Firefly. So Adobe Illustrator is a very popular software made by Adobe, the makers of Firefly, and it's used for vector graphics, okay, for vector design. And I have a course on Adobe Illustrator which takes you from beginner to advanced, okay, in Adobe Illustrator, and you're going to learn everything in that course. And we're just going to explore this feature in Adobe Illustrator that's in this video. So I've gone ahead and added in your projects folder this funky fun illustration which I downloaded for free from freepik.com. So you can go to freepik.com to download illustrations like this. I'm just going to double click this to open because I have Adobe Illustrator installed. So you can download this on Freepik or similar stuff on Freepik, but for this video just use the one I have provided. Okay, so now we're going to use this to illustrate generative recolor, and we can see that generative recolor actually helps us achieve color variations for our artwork, right, for our vector artwork. So this is a vector artwork, and right now I'm just going to try to have different copies of this guy here. So what I'll do is just click that having this tool selected, and in case you don't have an interface that looks like this, just come to Windows and then come to Workspace and then come to Essentials Classic, okay, and yours should look like this after you select Essentials Classic. Okay, so what I'm going to do is have this tool selected. This is called the selection tool. Just click and hold on your mouse and drag over the artwork, and then hold down Alt, okay, or Option on the Mac, Alt on PC or Option on the Mac, and then click on the artwork and drag to the left hand side. And you can hold down Shift also to drag it on the straight line, okay, so that we have one copy. Okay, and you can do Control D and Control D. Now this will kind of repeat your last action, okay, your last transform action. That's duplicating the artwork and then moving it to the right hand side. You get, so now we have 4 copies, and in order to work on them using the generative recolor, all you need to do is to select the artwork. Now we want to select the artwork and then hold down Shift on our keyboard and click on the background so as to deselect the background, because we don't want to change the color of the background. You get, so when you do this, you then just come here on this bar here. Now this is the properties bar. You just come here and click here, and you're going to see this window open, okay, this panel open. This is called the recolor panel, and we now have the generative recolor panel, which is the new tool added to this panel. It didn't used to have the generative recolor panel, section, but because AI has been integrated into the recent version of Illustrator, we now have the generative recolor. So this is the feature being advertised on Firefly. So just go ahead and click here. Now you can type in the prompt to describe the color palette you would want to generate, or the mood or the theme, you get, but these are samples, so these are different samples. So I could just come here and type maybe modern, something like that, so modern, and then hit enter, and Illustrator will just generate variations for us using our prompt, which is modern. Yeah, and these are now the color variations we have. We have this one, so we can see this intelligent color selection. So the AI is very intelligent in selecting these colors for us, so we can see that everything blends just perfectly. Yeah, everything blends just perfectly. So this is the first one we had, this is the second one. Okay, so let's just use this guy, okay, because this one seems to be a bit similar to the colors here. So let's just use this guy. Okay, so we have this one now, and we can then select this one. Okay, select this one and then deselect the background once more, holding down Shift and clicking on the background, and then click here to go back to our recolor tool and then generative recolor. And right now we're not going to type in a prompt, we're going to use the sample prompts. Now we have different sample prompts. I'm going to use summer by the sea, so click, and it's going to generate variations for us. Perfect. Now we can see that we now have some really cool variations. Let's see, let's compare them with what we had before. Perfect. So we just go ahead and create the last one, deselect the background, and then recolor, generative recolor. And for this one, let's go ahead and select this 3P disco light. So select and wait for the variations here, and these are now our variations. So we have this one, we have this one, we have this one, we have this one. So I like this guy better, or most. And yeah, these are the 4 variations we now have with this generative recolor. Yeah, so I'm just going to go ahead and save this guy as a copy. So save as a copy so as not to tamper with the original file which I've provided for you. So we have funky phone copy, and just hit save, and you're going to have the both files in your folder. Okay, yeah, so we now have this guy, we have this guy, we have this guy, and we have this guy. Very intelligent color selections by Adobe AI. Yeah, and we can go ahead and export this artworks if we want. Okay, we can go ahead and export them. So you can just go to Windows and then Asset Exporter. I'm just going to show you a very quick way to export. There are lots of ways to export, so you can select everything here and just group, Ctrl G, select everything, Ctrl G, Ctrl G, and Ctrl G. Okay, now we can just select the group and drag it into the Asset Exporter. Do this for all the other groups, yeah. And now just come here and now select resolution. So let's make this 500, or let's make it 300. We don't want it to be too big, so 300. And let's just work with PNG. And now you can hit export. It's going to bring up bring us into the folder where we can save it. We can create a new folder if we want, or we can just select this same folder, which is our Firefly folder. And here we now have it exported into our folder. So if you go into your folder, you're going to see a new folder with the resolution, and we can see that it just exported one, but we actually want to export all of them. So why did it export one? That's because I have only one selected. Okay, only this one selected. So in order to export the remaining, I just need to select them, hold down Shift and select each and every one of them, and then export and select folder. And we can see now that all the other ones have been exported. So these are our artworks now. Yeah, so that's it for this one, guys. And Illustrator is a really cool tool. I really advise you to enroll in that course. If you haven't enrolled, that's the Illustrator course. You're going to learn so much. Yeah, so that's it for generative recolor. See you guys in the next one. Bye bye. Hey, so that's it for today's video. Hope you enjoyed it and learned something new. If you did, please give this video a thumbs up and leave a comment below. If you want to see more videos like this, make sure you hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you don't miss any future uploads. We post new videos every week covering topics in the fields of graphic design and illustration, motion graphics and video, branding, and more. If you want to support us and get access to exclusive benefits such as the project files we use in our classes, a live chat with us, shoutouts, and more, consider becoming a patron on Patreon. You can join for as little as $3 a month, and the link to our Patreon page is in the description below. And if you want to take your learning to the next level, you can check out the complete course, of which this episode is a part of. And in the complete course, you get access to more than 10 hours of video lessons, project files and resources, class exercises, a Q&A section, a certificate of completion, and more. You can get the course for a special discount by using the link in the description below. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.